Beltane, you're about to cast the spell when you'll stop. You're looking.
Oh, fantastic!
You're looking around, and it feels like, yeah, all of you are blinking. It feels like there's this sudden deafening silence. Like, you're pretty sure you weren't hearing anything before, but it feels as if there was just this weight that lifted.
Guys?
Something is definitely not right.
You guys felt that, right?
Indeed.
Yep.
And now you're not feeling anything?
Not natural.
I think whatever was here just fled. As soon as Beltane was about to cast her spell.
That's a good sign that whatever our assailant is was here at least. Did it
By
flee?
the way,
Did it flee? Or is it looking for another victim?
By the way, Josh, I
both.
noticed that. I noticed the upping volume on that little, like, fucking ambient sound. I'm onto you.
Meh.
I haven't.
Don't think I didn't notice that.
I thought something was off about that.
Right? Like, fucking... Josh, am I onto something here?
You wouldn't even let me cast Fairy Fire. You've thought ahead.
No, like, the fucking... Like, I heard there was, like, some sort of, like, ambient noise, like, getting louder, and then as soon as you were about to cast Fairy Fire, it stopped. Thought you could sneak that one by me, Josh. I'm onto you.
He's quiet.
So,
No! I want to know if I want to know if I'm right, and I want to feel proud of myself, or if I'm not right and I'm just an idiot.
I guess you could say his silence is deafening.
I have an observation.
Go
If
ahead.
it fled when Beltane was trying to cast something that might expose it, it means that it can understand us.
Great, it's intelligent.
It also might mean that it understood that we were trying to use the poor gentleman to track it.
Oh,
We got
fuck!
him killed! We got him killed! Arrested!
Oh,
I'm
will
sorry.
you
I'm sorry.
just take a breath, all right? We're not the ones who decided to eat him.
Oh, you're right. I'm just...
It's on to us.
Most of my jobs, not really jobs, I assign them to myself. Most of the things that I do not involve killing people. Or death. I don't steal from the dead, and I don't steal from poor people, okay? I steal from rich bastards who deserve it. No. But this is not okay.
Birdie,
is
do you
But
want
clearly you
to
take a wee percentage.
I think I'm beginning to piece together what happened not too long ago.
What do you mean?
Kerius and I were covered in wounds after that incident not too long ago, and I was holding the old man's arm. It's clear. Let me gather my thoughts. It's clear that this monster, whatever it was definitely after the old man, and I must have been injured trying to save him, but to no avail.
So what you're saying is we fought the thing, we just don't remember it?
I think so.
That does line up.
What was so special about that man that it came after him as soon as he identified where it was?
I think it's because he had the ability to see it. And
What?
and maybe this monster realized that we were trying to use his ability to see it to try and find it.
That would also explain Irene. That would also explain Irene's disappearance. She must have been a victim it's clear that she was a victim as well.
But what made that old man so special?
That's the mystery of the day. Among everything else.
Beltane is actually looking down, rather anxious, and just thinking, maybe if I had cast Fairy Fire sooner, he wouldn't have died.
You couldn't. We didn't know until just now that it didn't like that spell.
Although, I might suggest maybe keep
no.
that spell on standby.
Wait. Listen. Do you hear something?
Listen for
Every-
what?
A
Beltane, try casting it again.
Okay.
Birdie takes out her thing again.
I'll prepare Eldritch Blast in case I need to.
All right. You where are you casting Fairy Fire? It's a 20-foot cube.
Maybe around. I feel like it'd want to target me if I'm the one casting the spell to see it, so I'll put it like where Birdie and I am.
Nothing is illuminated.
Can she move it around?
What about dancing lights? Would that do anything?
Dancing lights might at least cast a shadow if this thing is solid.
Whatever it is, I think it's getting louder.
I'm going to try it.
Well, both of you two are illuminated by the Fairy Fire.
Wait, what?
Yeah, both Beltane casted it onto both of them, and they're both illuminated by Beltane's Fairy Fire.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Actually, this might end up being a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Okay, can I try casting a shadow by using dancing lights?
Yes, you can.
All right.
All right.
And of course, I can command them to move
Yeah.
wherever I choose. Yes.
Indeed.
I am glowing.
All right.
Going to move one here. One here.
I see a little silhouette of a demon.
Wait, what?
All right. So, you do not detect any weird shadows created by the. I will just speed you through this. The dancing lights do not detect. The dancing lights are not showing anything out of the ordinary.
It was worth a shot.
Definitely.
Look,
Probably.
as much as I really want to find this thing, this is getting us nowhere. Are these stairs, by the way?
Yes. Beltane went up there to check the organ.
Was that the only thing that was up there?
Yes.
Got it. Let's look around a bit. Let's look around a bit more and see what else we can find. I'm starting to get a really, really bad knot in my stomach just standing in here.
All right. You're gonna head back out into town.
Let me see that sermon again.
I was gonna see the chairs. Like, I don't know what these chairs are. But like, if we can speed through this, then
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't. There's nothing unusual about the chairs, and the sermon. Let's see if I can. Oh dear, I did not give those opposite. Okay, so those should now be in the clues folder. I am sorry, I forgot to change permissions for those.
It's getting louder.
Talking about telling the truth, telling honesty, focusing on what we can see. But everything else, you can't see it, but you keep talking about something getting louder. was deaf! He couldn't hear something getting louder.
It's another sense of some kind.
He's the only one who could see it. Sermon is about truth. He couldn't hear. We can hear something. We don't remember it, but he could see it.
I've heard. And Irene was able to see it. And Irina was able to see it as well.
What are some common bardic spells?
Inspire courage.
No, like I Arcana check or something. If I can get like some spells or something like that that bards might know.
Okay. So weirdly, it's like you're you're kind of recalling this with surprising clarity. You know that they can cast things like charm person, cure wounds, detect magic, disguise self, healing word. They can also cast fairy fire. Things like heroism, Tasha's hideous laughter is certainly a favorite. More recently, after the creation of silvery barbs, people have been certainly having fun with that one. You do know that a lot of that pretty much every single spell that's in that chest can be cast by a bard.
A bard.
What about on that spell list that got crossed off?
And that spell list that got crossed off.
Like,
yes, every single one.
every single one on that list can be cast by a bard too?
Yes.
Irina was a bard.
I feel like she may have cast one of those spells, something like that, and it summoned it? The ones that are crossed off doesn't have anything to do with it? I feel like it is something to do with the senses and truth and honesty and something.
You feel like it's right in front of your face and you can't see it?
Yes, we obviously can't see it!
Well, I suppose I could give you another hint.
Hear this thing getting louder and it's bugging the shit out of me.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, come on. What's with my rolls today?
Oh, no.
D&D, why do you hate me?
Tatyana, could you please... Thank you. Oh, dear.
God damn it.
Uh-oh.
All right, well, let's see.
It's definitely... Whatever, it's getting louder.
Yeah, I'm feeling it too.
All right, Beltane, you're just looking for something, anything that might happen, anything that might help, and you're just scattering pages all over the place. And you see, Beltane, you see something scratched into the wood.
Alright.
That sound is getting...
The silence came, and then it ate her. Right in front of me, but I could not see it.
Well, at least we're not alone.
The silence came. Wait a minute. It fell silent not too long ago.
Please tell me we didn't have someone with us just like 5 minutes ago and we don't remember?
Silence. Wait a minute. The silence is what gets people killed. The silence means, what is it? Is that when it's eating something?
Wait. Why would it go after the bard? Is it afraid of music? Or sound?
Wait. Could it also be why it went after the priests? Because they were playing the organ?
You're not
The
thinking.
Silence.
It thrives off silence. Literally.
Guys,
What? Yes?
get your weapons ready. I'm going to try something.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get into a position. Birdie is going to hide behind the desk. For cover.
All right.
And get out the bow and arrow. And make sure she's pointing in the direction of everyone else. Like, that way if something sneaks up
I'll
behind
stick
them,
with
she
Birdie.
can...
So, what are you...
Oh wait, Birdie, I'm sorry.
Actually, I have an idea. I want to go up to the second level and effectively act as a sniper.
Okay.
Oh, I
you
love that.
Okay. We'll notionally say that you do that. Okay. So, Tatyana, what are you doing?
She's gonna go up to the second floor,
Okay.
and she's gonna play a chord on that organ.
You play a chord on the organ. Anything specific? Or are you just gonna...
Just all of her fingers being used, playing a chord of anything just to get a loud noise resonating through the church.
Don't even make a chord, just make a horrible din to attract it.
Tracked it. It thrives on
Or-
silence, though.
Well, to get it... You know what I mean, just to
Yeah.
have results.
All right. You're gonna play you play a really long chord. It
Yep.
it resonates throughout the entire cathedral. There's
Nothing?
nothing.
Damn it!
Maybe there's a specific melody we have to play?
The worship song.
I mean, I'm no musician, but I can try.
Wait, didn't the bard have a song? The bard had sheet music with her. Irina had sheet music.
Does anyone want to pull it out?
I have it. What am I doing? It's in the journal. I'm sorry.
All right, so you have... Okay, so you pull it out. I'm gonna speed you through this.
Yeah.
Dog. Oh my gosh, dog.
You start playing the sheet music in there. And nothing happens.
Blast.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so unfortunately it seems like you're in the... Okay, so where is it? Alright, where's that hotkey? Alright, so you're currently creating templates right now. What you need to do is you need to click the little person icon at the top left. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
There you
Sorry.
go. It's okay. It's a learning experience. So, anyways, so I'm gonna so you're playing the music. It's not really doing much. Nothing seems to be changing.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I'm out of ideas.
Oh,
Maybe we
okay.
need to be silent.
Wait. Wait. What if we need to hear silence?
Do you guys feel like a weight just lifted off your shoulders?
Yes.
Wait.
I'm not hearing it anymore.
Here's
It ate someone. It ate
Of
someone.
course! The old man is deaf! The old man was deaf!
Does anyone have a way to, like, plug our ears or something?
I'm sure. I'll look in my bag and see if there's any. I have any wax, like for wax seals or something like that.
Wait a minute. Fuck. No one has like something that gives that cat. No one has like the spell cause deafness, though, do they?
Wait, what were those spell scrolls?
None of them have cause deafness.
Sure.
Oh fuck! I'm a fucking idiot. Oh my fucking god. Okay, guys, this is a risk.
Guys, gather around me for a moment.
I'm staying behind the desk, but I'm near you.
No, you gotta be next to me.
Oh, okay.
Kerius?
Come pretend you like us.
Right here.
Yeah,
Oh, I do. Most of you.
I am just letting you guys know right now. I'm very scared.
All right.
Tatyana pulls out a scroll.
And you are going to.
How do I cast? Oh, I know how to do this. Hang on.
All right.
Boom.
So. For a moment, nothing seems to happen. You blink, and then you see it.
Oh, great.
Looking out the window, you see puddles of blood and flecks of gore decorating the floors and paths of Lionsmouth.
Oh,
Gross.
Birdie gags, but no one can hear it.
Tatyana looks at the others and looks at and yeah, it's confirmed. Silence is the key.
You're walking outside. You see something big moving outside the church.
Birdie grabs onto Delvin's hand and places her other hand on the back of Tatyana's, perhaps, I don't want to say not butt, but like knee.
Drawn to the outside, you see it.
Hydra?
An elongated stalk of white, rotting, naked flesh stretching from the town square into the clouds above. It appears to be vibrating and swaying in a rhythmic motion. You also see a bulge in its neck, seeming to be slowly traveling down the stalk.
It's found another victim. What manner of demon is this?
Can we talk now?
You get within the sphere, you can. But everything outside of the sphere can't hear you. And you can't hear anything outside the sphere.
Silence. That was the key. That's why that old man could see everything. He was You're right,
deaf.
it was because he was deaf.
And he could see all of that?
Guys, we've been traveling through all this. This is what happened to this place.
We need to get rid of it.
How do you expect us to deal with something like that?
Well, we gotta do something. We can't let this thing stay here and consume more people and animals.
Josh,
Yes?
now that I have a visual, knowledge arcana, can I do it?
Yes.
How do I pull up my character sheet?
See.
See, thank you. Alright. Do not fail me now.
Woo!
Fuck yeah!
Well done, Tatyana.
What is this?
We're about to fucking find out.
Oh my gosh, that's the best nat 20.
You
That was-
remember
that-
you remember taking a book with you from the library just in case. You pull it out.
The false Hydra.
Found it! Nobody really knows the true nature of the false Hydra. Scholars the world over are left guessing as to what first caused these creatures to spring into existence. What is known is that by the time their presence is apparent, it is often too late. The false Hydra begins its life cycle as a lump of white flesh growing and festering deep beneath the ground or a town or city.
Okay, that explains the well.
Yeah! Their genesis is brought on by an abundance of lies and half-truths told by members of a community.
The sermon.
Often these creatures manifest in kingdoms or towns where propaganda has grown out of control. Eventually, the small fleshy mass, no larger than a fist, grows to the size of a small child and sprouts a single head on a prehensile neck. This is when the false Hydra truly begins its cycle. It emerges in a basement from behind the jars of fruit preserve, or pushes its face through a broken cobblestone. And then it begins to sing.
The sound.
That's why we need to be silent. It's because it sings, and that's what causes the things. Oh god.
There's more. Its deep and guttural dirge can be faintly heard for miles around. This song makes all who hear it unable to perceive the false Hydra.
Well, that explains a lot.
This is not invisibility.
This is some Persona 5 endgame stuff.
This is not invisibility, but something far more insidious. That's why invisibility spells and stuff like that didn't work. It had no shadow or anything to begin with.
Just our brains couldn't imagine it.
Perceive it.
It
It
broke
create-
By its own design.
It creates gaps in your attention and then slips through them. It is subtler than invisibility and more reliable. But of course, none of this is noticed. While it sings, the Hydra exists in a blind spot of our senses, removing itself from the mind.
Trying to... How do I turn the page?
Oh, you scroll down.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Removing itself from the mind of every sentient creature that can hear its song. While this means it can still be seen, it is immediately forgotten by those who see it, even as they stare directly into its moony face.
That
Well, it'll-
explains the memory gaps.
And that might explain your dreams.
Yeah.
While it eludes the presence of the conscious mind, the unconscious may sometimes be wary of the Hydra's presence, trying all it can to warn of its being of danger.
We
If
saw,
this
we
into-
saw it when it was killing the bard. And you guys saw it in your dreams as a reminder. Oh my gosh.
So that's
Well, it
why
wasn't
we
even
had the
a
dream.
vampire.
Yes.
If this intuition is ignored, the vulnerable victim is likely consumed by the Hydra and becomes a part of its terrible form.
So this is what happened to the priests, to Irina.
And the old man.
As the Hydra begins to feed on the people of a town in order to grow larger and sprout more heads, locals are destined to notice something is amiss. They're obviously going to wonder where the local priest has gone, or why their loved ones are no longer in town. New memories are created to make their new reality logical.
The
The song-
stable hand didn't remember his
Good
mother.
Lord.
Stable
song-
hand didn't. Oh my god.
The song is not to blame for this phenomenon. It is simply one of the quirks of the conscious mind to try and force the fantastical world we live in to fit nicely into our boxes of logic and reason. Essentially, people will likely delude themselves and create lies in their minds to avoid confronting the contradiction of reality in front of them. For example, those under the effects of the song might say things like, "The baker isn't just missing, he left town to fight the king's army." Or, "We have a mayoral home, but we've never had a mayor to fill it."
The mayor before the previous mayor must have been a victim.
Oh no.
That's why they said there was a vacancy for years.
These logical leaps become increasingly more difficult to justify as more people go missing. For example, someone whose husband has been eaten by the false Hydra might try to justify all the men's clothing in their home by saying a visiting relative left them there, or someone is playing a cruel joke on them. The stable boy.
The unoccupied houses.
He didn't remember his mother.
Oh,
To an outsider, things will be obviously wrong. And to those trapped under the false Hydra's influence, the mounting weight of all of this cognitive dissonance is liable to lead to madness.
And that's what happened to the old man.
There's one more section.
Oh no!
The false Hydra's hunger knows no bounds. As the creature eats and grows, both in size and number of heads, it is emboldened. Once it is fully grown to a state of maturity, it will drop all pretense and emerge from the ground as a mature false Hydra. Then it begins to sing a different song. One that dominates and enslaves the
Well, can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just had a power surge. My screen just turned off,
Oh.
and yet my computer still managed to stay on.
Oh. Good.
Miraculous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Then it begins to sing a different song, one that dominates and enslaves the vast majority of those who hear it. The false Hydra will have all who are able to resist its domination rounded up and eaten until it is sure that the remaining members of the population are enslaved to it. It will then have its thralls carry it on the backs to the next town.
sorry, another surge.
Yep.
Where it will continue to dominate and consume in a futile attempt to quench the unending appetite it holds. Eventually, the false Hydra will become so large that it must be pulled by its thralls. It will have the creature it is dominating wrap chains and rope around its body and drag the monster ever onward on a tour of blood and gore. Well, we know what this... Well, we know what this thing is.
So
The
can we
question
kill
is-
it?
How did it get here?
Oh, we know that. So this was a cesspool of lies,
It-
deceit, slander, and
That's
hatred.
it grew here.
Yes.
Now
Yes,
my
but-
question
but
is, how do we kill it?
We need to take this thing down now.
You're look through the so you're looking through the pages. And let's see if I can do this.
Dude, you picked the best roll than that 20. My gosh.
Yep.
Oh my god, I'm so happy about that one.
That
You-
was awesome.
There are
That's
there
gotta
are
be the-
there are
that's
two there are two more sections.
Hang
Oh,
on, I'm looking.
Crap. This is all just like in the event of a really high roll, yeah?
Yes.
I know how you DMs play.
All right, section 4.
Can I just brag about the fact? Can I just brag about the fact and also praise certain people for figuring out the fact that we needed a silence scroll to do this?
All right. Keep reading.
I don't see the thing.
Pop it up, please.
All right,
I don't see it.
I'll repop it up.
Yeah. Oh, see, it stopped at the 3rd segment for some reason.
All right.
Yeah, same here.
All right. Number 4.
A false hydra will always inexorably eat itself to death. The only question is whether it takes days, weeks, months, or years. Eventually, the false hydra will gorge itself into an unsatiable position where it becomes impossible to eat enough to sustain its life. The last moments of a false hydra are usually spent gorging on its thralls and even its other heads in a final attempt to satisfy it. But as long as there exists deception, there will always be a chance that another false hydra can reappear. The best way to avoid a catastrophic result when a false hydra becomes a problem is to simply avoid it and remove its food supply. The ultimate safeguard, however, is prevention, honesty, refusing to gossip, modesty, humility, courage to accept face harsh truths, the eradication of ego, or general discard of deception of any kind will help avert a potential rebirth of this horror. Well, we're long past that.
We can't evacuate the whole town.
That actually might be our best option, but
Who would
Well-
believe us at this rate?
that's the problem.
Hang
on.
While we're standing here, it might have eaten the only person who would believe us, which is Kerius.
Hang on, there's a last segment. If you suspect yourself to be under the influence of a false hydra, the first and most important tactic against it is to never be alone or unarmed under any circumstance. The opportunistic hydra is constantly seeking for creatures to consume and will carefully select the most vulnerable and filling targets. The second tactic is to not let it know you're aware of its presence while it sings.
That's why
It will-
we got it killed. I'm sorry.
It will immediately drop its pretense and attack any who show signs of awareness while it's singing. Can I just say, I'm really glad that we managed to keep Beltane with us while she was casting those lights.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to revealing the Hydra, the obvious tactic would be to block out its song, and there are many options. The song of the Hydra is closer to charm, suggestion, or even phantasmal force than anything else. So anti-charm magic or bardic interference might affect it.
That's why it targeted Irina.
One can simply fill their ears with wax, cast a spell to deafen, or for a secure but painful option, blow out their eardrums with extreme concussive force if no other options are available.
Oh boy.
If one does not wish to handicap their senses, a reasonable concern, the false hydra might be visible in mirrors.
Oh.
The added degree of separation is a promising idea, but for obvious reasons it cannot be pursued for verification. If you are brave or foolish enough to directly confront the Hydra, employing similar tactics to fight a regular Hydra will work just as well. It is far better to fight in larger, more unskilled numbers than with a select few skilled individuals. Oh, good. Oh, great. Each head may only deal with one target at a time, so striking one head while another is occupied is advantageous. That said, the heads are elongated, flexible, and deceptively nimble. One would need to be at a decent range in order to not be struck by one, and this is difficult due to its most frequent choice of lair. The lair of a false hydra always lies underneath the city. Underneath the city it chooses to feed on. The hydra burrows underground, sprouting its head like a plant, typically under buildings or in their lower floors. It frequently moves, creating large cavernous areas prone to collapse. It only surfaces if the city can no longer feed it, and only long enough to move to its next target.
Does that mean we had to go down the well?
You may not need to. It has appeared now. Wait a minute. How long does this silent spell last? We need to find something more sustainable. Quickly.
The silence spell lasts.
10 minutes.
Back in the church, we need to find wax immediately.
You go back into the church, and you are able to find not completely burned candlesticks.
Okay, awesome. So we just gotta seal off our ears then?
I guess,
yeah.
but that's gonna make communication difficult. Kerius, can't you talk within our minds?
Yes, I can.
It's not ideal, but I think that is our best form of communication if we need to say anything.
And if anyone needs to write anything as well.
But right now, it's imperative that we keep our ears plugged.
I suppose in the meantime, I'd be taking charge.
Please do.
Be point. I will stay. Sucks. I do better when I'm hidden, so I will stay near the rear.
All right. So
Take up the front.
you quickly it's like while the silent spell is still lasting around Tatyana, you quickly grab the candlesticks and you fashion them into earplugs. It's like you start shouting at each other to try and test them to make sure that they're okay. And yeah, it's completely blocked out. Just with this kind of it's like with kind of tight chests, the spell runs out. You look out, and nothing has changed. You can still
Birdie
see it.
is gives a thumbs up, but with the most horrified face ever.
So, I don't know if this applies, but it probably does. But I forget where we got to do it with our tokens, right? But there is a condition in the that you can apply to yourself called deafened.
Yes, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
So from this point
that.
forward,
Everyone is
Yeah.
deaf.
Yep, from this point forward, we're all deafened. We're only going to be able to communicate via writing, sign language, gestures, or Kerius.
Kerius. Her brain, basically.
So,
So glad we have someone in this group with telepathy.
Kerius is just going to think, "You're welcome."
So yes, this is literally that's one of the reasons I was really excited for this group. It's literally the perfect party.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, it really is.
We've got people who can do so many different things.
Got someone who's great at unconventional reconnaissance, which is Beltane. You've got someone who knows the arcane and monsters. You have Sneak Girl. You have the telepath, and you have the healer / the stabilizer.
It is literally the perfect party for this, and that's why I was so excited.
Oh my god.
Great.
Anywho,
Let's get down to business to defeat the draw. Okay.
So it's you see the false Hydra's head just kind of scanning the area. It's kind of just swaying back and forth. You can tell that it's you can see like a sort of mockery of some sort of Adam's apple bobbing up and down in its throat. So
Birdie does a little hand wave to sort of get people's attention, and then she points to her head to sort of signal to Kerius. And then she asks, anyone see if it has any more than one head? Is it just the one?
you're all looking around.
Hold on, I just want to check to see what Kerius's awakened mind entails, whether or not he can just project or if he can hear people too.
Awakened mind. You can telepathically speak to any creature you see within 30 feet of you. You don't need to share a language. You can just, yeah.
Right. So they can respond though, yes?
For the sake of this, I'm going to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is unclear, but I just think it's more interesting if you can
Yeah.
have a conversation. So, anywho, you're all of you are looking around. You only see one head, but it is scanning around, and it appears to have locked itself with it appears to have locked onto something.
And does it look like it's locked onto us, or
No. And it looks like it's slowly, and it looks like the head is just very slowly heading towards the ground.
Tatyana does signal to everyone to at least try and stay out of its line of sight. For all we know, this thing can still see us.
Yeah. All right. You head
should be no problem for Kerius. At least.
You head back into the courtyard, and you see the head like stretching out of the well. And you also see that you also see Batia Asar walking into the courtyard, and the head appears to be going for her.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
What do you do?
Decision time.
how far away am I from everyone?
You
Said I'd stay near the rear because I'm better at sneaking.
I'm going to do something morally gray.
Oh no, QG! You're gonna.
What if I use Charm Person on Batia?
You charm person. That'd be 30 feet, and how close is she to you? She is way more than 30 feet away from you.
Ah, shite. Alright.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Birdie pretend not to notice it. Go, Tatyana! And wave at her.
She looks over at you, and she just gives you a wave. A little
Yeah, we
confused.
have a few questions.
She is walking across the courtyard towards you.
No!
The false Hydra snaps at her.
No!
Oh, fantastic.
What?
It swings her around. And swallows her.
Damn it!
He's dead.
Birdie, get back! Get back!
She's just gonna be like, in order to keep in tune with the forgetting anyone, she's just gonna look around confused. Thought I was speaking with someone. Oh well. Must have been a figment of my imagination.
In the shadows, Kerius's fist clenches tightly.
For those who are looking very carefully at Birdie, you can see that she is starting to cry, but she is trying very hard not to look like it.
The false Hydra starts scanning around. Two kids, one with a limp, are walking into the courtyard.
Nope.
Oh. Okay, Kerius, at this point, can I make a stealth check?
Sure.
I will also,
Oh, well, 17.
Thank God you have a great modifier.
Okay. So, I want to sneak close to where the children are and use Charm Person. on both of them.
All right. What are you going to... Okay, so cast your charm person twice. What are you going to say? What is your... Okay.
No token selected, it says.
It's fine.
Okay, Alright. Alright.
Alright, so...
Alright, so what do I say to it? Or
Yeah.
to the children?
Yeah, what do you say?
Do I be honest with them, or...
Can't hear them.
I'm going to lie and say... Excuse me, Crap, I'm really bad at this! Oh, no.
Okay, it's okay.
Hey.
While he's
Excuse
thinking
me,
of that,
what are you
go
two
ahead.
children doing out here without your family?
One of the children looks up at you and says, "Oh, we're orphans. We've never had parents."
While
should-
he's talking with them, can I stealth to see if I can go behind the Hydra?
Sure.
But, like, not, like, directly behind it, but, like, in the alleyways of a house behind it while it's focusing on him
Yeah.
and the kids.
Yep, you can totally do that.
Ooh.
All right. It does not appear to have noticed you.
Okay, I have a plan, and I'm gonna DM it to you while they roleplay, okay?
Okay.
Meanwhile, to the children, can I just say, you shouldn't be wandering around town like this at this hour.
Well, we're just looking for food. It's for the past month or so, this has usually been a good place for people to be generous.
Wait. Actually, keep going. I have something to add to that. Can I? Okay. So, does Beltane overhear this?
No. It's only a conversation between Kerius and the orphans.
Oh, I was gonna offer them good berries to, like, distract them from that.
Remember, we can't hear.
Right, okay. Never mind.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think these kids can talk to us either.
They could talk to Kerius
That's true.
because they're within 30 feet of him.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, you see that everyone who's currently looking at the false Hydra, you can currently see that the Hydra is staring at Kerius talking with the two kids. It's
Fuck.
it's tilting its head.
Come on.
It looks
So
it looks
I'm
it
just
looks
gonna
between
keep
the
talking with it.
yeah. You're just continuing talking with the kids?
Yeah.
All right.
Have you ever been to the Two Brothers?
No, we're not old enough.
Really? They don't allow... I mean, while I imagine there is alcohol present, they do have a nice breakfast.
Yeah, we do, but I mean, Arthur sometimes comes out the back and gives us food, but he won't let us inside. And it's not bad food. He does give us good food.
Josh, I sent you my plan.
Then why head out this way? I've heard rumors that there's danger in this part of town. Brigands.
Really?
Robbers who prey on such people.
I mean, we did see someone flitting through the houses. It was just someone who was, just a thief who wanted to steal some things because the houses were empty. Are they nearby?
At this... I imagine they would be. Things, to say the least, are quite desperate in this place right now. So there's no manner of scoundrels that are perhaps willing to do the worst things just to get by.
Well, we could go back into our house if you, but we do need food.
A friend of mine could potentially supply you with fruit in the meantime.
Yeah, assuming you're communicating to Beltane. Good berries.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so
Yep.
Beltane, you walk up and you cast Goodberry.
Heck yeah!
And
Thinking.
Yep, you give it to the two kids. They look at them curiously, but they take a bite and they suddenly start shoving the Goodberry into their face. Wow, this is delicious. Thank you.
Good berries, huh?
Yes, we'll go back into our house, mister. And the two children
Please.
leave.
Be safe, and
Whew.
if you ever need us in the coming while, please let us know. Do not head towards that area.
All right.
You can tell that Kerius is actually surprisingly emotional at this.
Oh.
Tatyana tries to flag them to come over.
All right. So Beltane and Kerius return. You're looking at the false Hydra. It looks at the retreating kids. It looks at the retreating kids and then just starts doing its search again.
Tatyana looks to Kerius, pointing at her head for the mind thing.
Yes?
I think I figured out something that might be able to buy us some time. We need to go find Caius. He needs to make a declaration to the town for a full-scale lockdown. No one goes outside the buildings. It seems like this Hydra, in order to save face and keep the townsfolk from thinking that it's around, it only targets anyone that's vulnerable on the outside. If they remain in the buildings, it'll buy us some time.
We do this now.
We need to get to we need to get to the guards post now.
We can't afford to lose anyone else. Let's go.
All right. You're running to the guard. It's like you start running to the guard. You start running to the post.
Birdie stays in an alleyway, hidden.
Yeah, because
Plan-
you all are
plan
talking
ready.
to each other, but Birdie, it's like you're looking around and you don't see Birdie.
Shit, yeah, where's Birdie?
Chico, we can't afford to lose anybody.
So, with awakened mind, I'm going to try just speaking through the ether. Birdie.
She's unfortunately a little bit further than 30 feet away from you.
Damn it.
So you're gonna have to. So yeah. Could you click the thing?
Can I use my perception roll to help Kerius find her?
That's Yeah, Josh put up a perception check for us.
Yeah, my result didn't show up.
Yeah, yeah, that was weird.
Beltane
Okay,
and I did quite
so
well.
so yes, Beltane. So yeah, Beltane and Kerius. You do see Birdie pouched in an alley, and you see that she has a little cat, and the false Hydra doesn't seem to have noticed her, but you can kind of see what she was planning. If something bad was going to happen, she was ready to light an arrow on fire and shoot it at the Hydra.
And it also has an oil flask tied to the arrow, so it would be like a fire bomb that when it exploded on the Hydra, it would set the whole Hydra on fire.
Molotov cocktail!
Whole
Yes.
Hydra or just a section of it?
Well, basically whatever the oil touches.
Yeah, but this
So
Hydra's
it's-
huge.
Yeah, but it would probably distract it enough so that
Yeah.
it would focus on me, or if I could stay hidden, it would go back down the well.
All right, so
So she notices Kerius and Beltane noticing her and just puts one finger to her lip. The sort of shh.
all right, so I'm guessing Kerius moves closer and just communicates the plan to her without saying anything, without like trying to alert anyone to her presence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Birdie, you heard the plan. Birdie, the plan was communicated to you.
I'll be right here if it tries to. If it tries to hurt anyone else, just listen. Well, look for it screaming in pain.
Get yourself killed.
All
If
right.
if I die here, no, someone will remember me now.
All right. So
She out of the sight of the Hydra, she blows a kiss in their direction.
all right. So the four of you, Delvon, Tatyana, Beltane, and Kerius, you start running towards the Garbos, and then you see Kaius just kind of wiping himself down with a damp cloth. It's like, oh, you're back, and he's looking at your ears. What's going on here?
Tatyana holds up a finger.
What?
And she takes out a paper and quill and starts writing.
All right.
Whoa.
Shall I type it?
Couldn't I just awakened mind him?
Oh, fuck, yeah, that's right. Do it.
All right. So Kerius, you're gonna explain everything to him?
Yeah. Caius, don't be alarmed. I'm directly communicating this to you with my mind.
He kind of reels back a little bit. You see him narrow his eyes a little bit, but he doesn't seem to be doing anything untoward.
Caius, do you have any earplugs?
His narrowed eyes morph into confusion. Why?
There is a horror in this town that is cloaking itself with a horrific song that masks its presence.
Tatyana turns to the others.
Should we just show him?
Yes.
Tatyana goes behind Caius.
And forcibly sticks the earplugs in.
Not the earplugs themselves, but basically she's using her fingers to like plug his ears.
All right. So you kind of just like cup your heads over it, and it's like it's not perfect, but you can see him blinking like almost like as if he's having a seizure.
So it's like it's phasing in and out of his sight almost.
Yes.
After a moment, Tatyana lets him go.
He reels back. His eyes are just wide. And then you see his eyes just kind of revert back to normal, and you start blinking. Huh? What just happened?
What you just saw is what's looming over the town right now.
What do you mean? What I just saw? I didn't see anything.
So
oh
I
right,
speak to
the
Ke-
memory.
I speak to
Oh right,
Tatyana.
the memory thing.
I'm sorry. What's going on?
I was hoping for it to be temporary, but we may just have to deafen him permanently. Not actually, but you know.
You still have the spell scroll, potentially.
It's only one use.
Right. Sorry.
Yes, there is, Delvon.
Gee, you okay?
So I'm going to just chat Kaius up, maybe do like a parlor game while Tatyana goes to get earwax.
Yeah,
Alright.
Tatyana's going to prepare a pair.
Earplugs.
All right.
So I'm gonna be like doing how many fingers? Actually, guess what image? Let's play. What shape am I thinking?
It's like Caius is folding his arms. It's like, look, this is serious. I'm dealing with a disembodied arm right now, and I don't have any time for games.
You guys let me know when Tatyana comes out with the
Alright.
earwax.
All right, so
I'm merely trying to prove to you that I can speak with my mind to you right now, and that you can trust me.
he really starts thinking. He's scanning you over. Well, these weird events have been happening longer than you've been here.
We're trying to end those events just as much as you are.
Tatyana comes back with the earplugs.
She hands them to him.
Okay, listen carefully.
Well, she can speak to him through Kerius, right?
No, only Kerius.
That's not how that works.
No.
Okay.
Listen to me now. Put these in your ears. The two of us are wearing them right now. And... Listen, just... Will you indulge me for just one moment?
Hey!
Nice.
Nice.
Thumb.
You don't know what it is. Caius doesn't know what it is. But he's weirdly feeling like he can trust you. He puts them into...
I think I'd like to say it's probably just curious for how dodgy his manner of speech can be.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell he's being genuine here.
This is weird. No dramatic. He is being completely and utterly serious, and the sheer lack of seriousness is Caius is picking up on it. He puts the earplugs in his ears, and at first something doesn't actually happen, but then he blinks, and then he sees outside that he pushes past you. He looks around the town, how there's just blood and gore everywhere.
So, can I tell him to stand back?
Yes. And he just shouts at you, "Why?"
We have a plan. Do not rush in and get yourself killed.
Tatyana looks to Kerius and lifts up the book the tome that had the entry about the false Hydra.
You need to read this now.
Tatyana
He's like,
Tatyana-
oh, okay.
Yeah, Tatyana holds the tome to him with the page opened.
Yeah, he quickly reads through it, and his eyes widen. Oh, we're so effed. I need to order an evacuation. We need to evacuate the town.
Tatyana, like, stops him.
What?
She relays to Kerius that if he starts evacuating the town, the Hydra will become aware and it'll be a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
We cannot evacuate immediately. We need everyone to stay indoors so that this thing can keep up appearances. It is obsessed with the deception that nothing is wrong. Yet if people stay indoors and do not go near that thing, that is the best way for the lie to be preserved.
All right.
And so no harm will come to anybody. You need to order a lockdown, not an evacuation.
Very well. All right. And I think I know how I can... And he looks at the arm in front of him. And I think I know just the perfect excuse. No one leaves town, no one leaves their homes until we find out who this arm belongs to.
Nice.
Good call.
Excellent.
Very well. That's how the plan will go. This is a fairly big town, and this will take a long time. But I am the captain, and they will follow my orders. They had everyone else had their chance to become guard, and they didn't take it. He stands up. He starts donning gear, and he wraps the arm in a satchel cloth. I assume if I take these out of my ears, I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Oh, this is gonna be very hard to do. It's going to take a long time, but I will do my best. So, time passes, and the guards have been have ordered utter lockdown of people's homes. And so eventually Kerius returns, and you do see the fall. Birdie's been watching the false Hydra all this time. It's like Birdie could probably count the number of times she has blinked on one hand.
My eyes hurt.
She is not giving this thing a chance to do anything, but slowly but surely, the false Hydra is just slowly scanning the area, and it's just waiting for something to pop up. Eventually, everyone kind of returns out of the view of the false Hydra, and as well as Kerius comes in. It's like you're all standing behind a building, just not seeing that, just out of view of the false Hydra. And Kerius communicates to Kerius, okay, what do we do now?
We wait.
For what?
For us to kill it.
How do we do that? We can't exactly run up to it like Delvon Earth Font or something like that.
Okay,
That was really good.
well played.
I love you.
What if we attacked it from below? Where it can't
Tatyana-
see us?
Tatyana actually nods to that, pointing to the tactics segment. They need to eliminate this thing beneath the town.
The well.
I called it.
Cut it off at the root, you say, huh?
Exactly my point. We
Well-
killed this thing where its evil started.
Well, its head is currently sticking out of the well, but there actually is
Hey.
there is
Is
actually
there a sewer system nearby?
yes, there is a well house.
Yeah. Of course, we have to think about the fact that it's a head sticking out of the well. You know how hydras are.
Right.
There could be another head growing down there.
Precisely.
All right. So now he leads you over to the well house, and he opens a trap door, and there's just a staircase descending downward.
Birdie's still in the alley.
We'll get ya.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we'll just assume that Birdie got that you picked up Birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's just assume that
Like, oh,
you picked up Birdie.
second that she's out of sight of it, she starts blinking like crazy and her eyes are watering like, ow!
Yeah. So, you're all descending, and you all look at the basement of the well house. There's a hole punched through it.
Oh.
Oh. Well. It's like Kerius. He draws his longsword and pulls out his shield. Into danger we go.
Keep your wits about you, everyone.
Danger we go.
So,
Just so you all know, I will firebomb this thing if I need to, so just stay out of the way.
all right.
Duly
She
noted.
she puts away the booby-trapped arrow and pulls out a regular one just in case.
So, everything that you have seen in this session up until now has been a flashback. This is everything that you remember happening. Here's where the real fun.
Okay.
Here's where the real fun starts. As
Oh,
you're
boy.
descending, you're thinking back to everything that happened ever since this mission started, and everything we have played is what you remember.
Oh,
It is
balls.
very, very dark.
Dancing lights!
Same here.
All right, both of you are casting dancing lights. How lovely.
Oh, this has digital roots from Deltarune Chapter 2 just smacked all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There we go. So, can you guys see?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, those red globules are Tatyana's. I was just like, what the hell are those? Oh, wait, Tatyana does everything with blood. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.